Hey, folks, and welcome to the Daily Ratings, our 250th episode. It is fantastic, and this is also a show where each week we'll be sitting down with Vincent Daly to get his thoughts on the latest movies he's been watching, both older films and new releases. And don't worry, there's no spoilers. Vince will give a brief review of the movie, share some thoughts, and of course, then rate the film. The Daily Ratings are always fair, honest, and most importantly, they're consistent. And on today's show, Vince will be rating and reviewing for the Big 250. It's Spider-Man, folks. We are jumping back all the Tom Holland ones as well. 2017 Spider-Man Homecoming, 2019's Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home from 2021. Those all directed by John Watts. And then we have newly released, the big one in the theaters, folks, Spider-Man Brand New Day, and that's directed by Destin Daniel Cretton. So let's get Vin Daly in the chair, hear what he has to say about these films. Stay tuned and enjoy the show. Mr. Vincent Daly, how are we doing over that day? What? It's America's 250? It's the Daily Ratings 250.
It is the Daily Ratings 250.
Almost more important, some would say.
Some would say.
Oh,
man.
I think it's in the Epstein files. The Daily Ratings turning 250 is more important than America 250.
They were talking about it. They were planning for it.
Buddy, we made it.
Yeah.
Huge congratulations to you. Folks,
huge congratulations to you.
As this works, Vin and I don't take any meetings ever. We don't talk about anything. Even the intro to this show that we've done for 250 episodes, I kind of just wrote a script out, and Vin was just like, yeah, okay, that works.
Yeah.
Like, no meaning. Like, we started calling everybody folks. We never used the word folks.
Oh, so true.
And then it was just like, okay, I guess we do this now.
Immediately latched on to folks.
And 250 was approaching, and you and I kind of like, hey, another day. But it is a big day. It is a brand new day.
I like that plug. I like that bridge because it's a big episode for us. It's also one of the biggest box office weekends, box office opening weekends.
Let's start right there. Not one of the biggest.
The biggest.
It was going to be the second biggest. It's now the biggest.
Crazy.
I believe the fastest film ever to reach $1 billion.
Wow.
And the largest opening weekend of all time of 360.1 million in the U.S. alone. It beat out Endgame. So another Marvel property, but it beat that out. Shockingly, surprisingly, I guess.
Right.
I got to say, my spidey senses when it comes to Spider-Man are abhorrent. I mean, really lackluster is being polite there. But no,
I think both of us were in the same boat because originally we were just going to cover the new release and maybe even still put in some Westerns for July. But then I feel like we both talked and we were just like, we're going to maybe, we're
like, Mr. Stark, making a special episode.
Spider-Man's pretty important.
And boy, is he.
Yeah, so unexpected, but, maybe there's something to the old webhead, People want to come out and see him.
I kind of got excited for this week, Vin.
Yeah.
As we approach it the past 2 weeks, and then looking at the 250, I just love this. Spider-Man, it's the fact that he takes place in New York City. It's a very, very American, beloved property, as I always love.
Red and blue?
Yeah.
The suit?
The Tobey Maguire one came out very soon after 9/11.
Oh, yeah,
and
right.
This just speaks to something. I love that this is our 250th episode. And for these films, which I never cared about really ever.
Right.
Got excited too and watched all of them. I think I watched one of them twice.
Wow.
I was in the spirit of Spider-Man. I really was.
Yeah.
How was your week? How'd you do with them?
Easy. This was very, very light watching this week. I hadn't seen Far From Home, but Homecoming was just kind of coming back to it. The new movie this week, folks, if you've heard any buzz about it, is that it's pretty damn good.
Right.
So that was kind of nice to have that and kind of agree with. Yeah, there's something here where it's just like This was a very easy watching week for me.
Which is good. They're fun movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Popcorn.
Right. Well, if any movie series should have been easy to watch or a joy to watch, it's hopefully like a Spider-Man movie, popcorn.
What would be the meal to eat while watching these?
Oh, wow. I mean, maybe for Homecoming being so Queens focused, maybe you go to Sabrett dog, Nathan's dog,
I actually like that.
Yeah, maybe
we should start doing that. We should start
gyro. You get it from the cart.
The week before a big film comes out, we should plan the meal around it. And what do we want to eat before, after, during?
I'm going to shoot that down, but also we should be planning the week before. We should be planning merch. We should be planning Spider-Man merch before this week.
Oh man, maybe just trying to plan for the next 250. What new elements? How do we liven up the show a little bit?
A little food element.
Now, folks, so we did. The podcast was alive and well in 2021 when Spider-Man. Well. It was on the podcast, but very, very early episode.
Yeah,
it wasn't
I think it's
alive
episode 14, I want to say.
Okay, so I included it in this week because, I think we did both watch it.
Yeah.
And I think it would be good to do some refreshers, and I think we're just going to be better on mic talking about it than on episode 14 when we're still trying to figure things out.
Yeah, and maybe not like a formal review because, honestly, we covered that early podcast. I mean,
the thoughts are real.
Yeah, the thoughts are real. Not only were we not super hot on that movie in compared to the huge, reception of that, but I think now that review probably matches what most people think about versus that initial hype on release.
Okay.
Whether it was the excitement going to the movie theaters first time, since COVID.
That's a big one.
The whole fan service aspect of this movie never being done before. So I wrote 3 notes with No Way Home, and that'll be kind of
good. And I'll have
the supplemental.
Yeah, and I'll have some two-shoe thoughts on it at least.
Yeah.
And then I think it's important too that we just brush past 4 of them, or I'll cover all 4 of them in some sort of way. So, but you're right; it doesn't have to be a 20-minute review.
Yeah, and if we were going to do some, MCU summer reading this year ahead of Avengers: Doomsday, it was probably a pretty good choice considering how. All of the Holland Spider-Man movies are either caps on phases of Marvel. It's kind of the ending cap of very pivotal moments, or in this case with Brand New Day, almost the kickoff to I would imagine what the MCU is hoping with Avengers: Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yep, I think that's absolutely right. You could say that they tried it with Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
and some other things going on, but
Absolutely.
This was look at the box office. This is it.
Yeah. That's also been so fascinating this week of watching these, and it's just like, wow, these are all positioned in kind of awkward ways of they are saddled with what they have to do to juggle the MCU plot lines in addition to whatever they want to accomplish with Spider-Man in each movie.
Kevin Feige said that they have it sketched out to 2042.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of the schedule. Now, things change. I mean, look at Blade. I mean, where did that go? I mean,
sure.
Things are going to cancel.
Absolutely.
When they try to mix in shows with it. One of the shows just got canceled after season 1, I believe.
Yeah, I think Wonder Man.
Okay, yeah. Yep. So, which, by the way, I think the director of the new film directed some of Wonder Man as well.
Oh, interesting. I actually hear very good things about Wonder Man, but I don't know.
So, yeah, that's what we're dealing with. And, again, it was kind of just nice putting the Marvel booties on and just hopping in with 2 feet. They're long movies. Now, they're all PG-13. We have 2 hours and 13 minutes for Homecoming, then 2 hours and 9 minutes, 2 hours and 28 minutes, and 2:25 for Brand New Day. So, they're longer films.
They are.
As much popcorny they are, we're not dealing with 90-minute things here.
For sure. But this was an enjoyable week. I would say there is one criticism that I want to make at the front of this before any of them. And mainly it's because I was having a problem with almost every entry, and I just didn't want to drag it down because I don't know how much it really matters to people. The one overarching note I need to make across the board of these films, and whether it's Sony's involvement, whether clearly money shows that this is the place to put these things, but advertisements as a base level in all of these films are insane.
They're there.
Nauseating. In times in the past, I've made this a really big point of how I see something critically. Mm-hmm. I feel like nowadays on the internet, it feels like I'm the only one kind of holding the sword for get your ads out of my movies.
Right,
but...
like post Adam Sandler, no one cares anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, God knows when we reviewed Jack and Jill, you know what I mean? the Dunkachino or whatever.
That'd be the last episode of the podcast.
Exactly, exactly. It's either that or Godfather 2, and I know you're against Godfather 2.
That was going to be Cloud Alley.
That's right.
What do you mean I'm against Godfather? What are you talking about over there?
No, it's the expectations of it. I don't know.
Okay, I understand.
We're putting it aside. But seriously,
you were more sensitive to it than other people.
Yeah.
But you do always make a point to bring it up, which I'm glad that you do.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. It feels like a carryover from the Iron Man films, that Audi brand deal.
Yeah, the product placement did start early. Wow,
it's crazy. And I don't know. I just had to ultimately kind of cut each of the sections that had bothered me in all of these reviews, and I just wanted to make a note of just like, I don't know. Again, I feel like I'm the only one that cares anymore, but it did,
I care.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I mean, I saw it and noticed it, and does it take you out for a second? Because it's just like, oh, here we're trying to do that. I'm not quite. My teeth aren't out as much as you, but it's noticeable. And if it's noticeable, it does take you out a bit. I think it's a good note.
And there's a degree of like, okay, he's in New York, so we just naturally see advertisements. Yeah, maybe that blends well. It's an entirely different case of where Spider-Man hops in a car with a character, and we have a scene that like centers on the car revving up and like some Audi feature to the new SUV that they're showing off, and it's just like, this is manipulative,
little gross.
Yeah. So
welcome to Disney Marvel.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where I make the comment of just like, well, if they're gonna put it anywhere, clearly they know the eyes are gonna be on Spider-Man, and the box office shows
for sure. I think this made $75 million or more for the opening preview viewings on Thursday night.
Wow.
Because those can only play they can't play during the day, I don't think. It's only so late.
Right.
Crazy. Truly unbelievable how well this film did.
Unreal.
I don't get it. I really don't get it, but I just have to be okay with that because I could just keep on repeating that for the entire. Maybe that's my note too.
Right, that's your overarching note.
Why this has sunk in so much, it baffles me.
Yeah.
And how so many people come out for it, and it's got that Avatar effect now where. I don't know why, but as a society, we have all signed a contract where when one of these comes out, we all go to see it, whether we love it or hate it. Now, this is definitely getting more love than the Avatar films, especially the latest two. But anyway, I wanted to also start, before we really jump into the specific films, your overarching, your main, if you had to look at the main theme of Tom Holland's Spider-Man and his reign. Do you have overarching thoughts that spread throughout all of these films? Do you have an overall thinking of where you place him with Tobey and
Spider-Man rankings? Well, that's actually one point that I made in our No Way Home review of just like, I don't really have a Spider-Man. I like Tobey.
Right. And he was the one we grew up with.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of like Bond. It's whoever you grew up with is typically your number one.
I think that's a great example. Yeah, absolutely. Or comparison. I never really seriously gave the Andrew Garfield ones a shot. Even Emma Stone being in it. So yeah, honestly, no thoughts on Spider-Man rankings.
Okay,
I think it's more so what.
Thank God we're doing our 250th episode.
Actually, I'm not going to give you what you want.
No, but that makes sense. Now, because you're in the culture a little bit, or you always have your eye of what's going on online. It's my understanding that obviously Tobey is beloved and people love 1 and 2, and people really like Andrew Garfield, him as Spider-Man, even though they don't have much love for the films.
Exactly.
Is that safe to say?
The sentiment is that he was done dirty by those films, and Sony having the full grasp of Spider-Man,
And then cutting him because he only did 2 then.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Not a trilogy. And then we have Tom Holland, who is just taking up the reins because the box office is the box office. I was under the impression that he wanted to stop after 3, but with that box office so good that they wanted to do 4, I think that might be crap. I think maybe this was always the plan, just looking at the storylines.
And you hear something similar now, even post Brand New Day, that they're talking about an exit, but I money talks, man.
But Tom Holland has now publicly stated he's cool with being Spider-Man for a little bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets another 2, a passing of the baton at end of 2 or end of a 3rd film.
Yeah.
But the money does speak.
Yeah. It would be unwise for Marvel to change it right now because we have Avengers Doomsday. The second half of that is going to be Secret Wars, which is a very famous comic that Spider-Man is basically the center of. So for them to kind of go against the grain with that when fan expectations are wanting Spider-Man to be a center of that story, it would be unwise.
Okay.
So.
All right. Any other opening notes, or shall we jump right on into it?
Let's jump in.
Real quick,
let's swing in.
Do you have any thoughts, just because we didn't talk about it last week, or it didn't happen last week, but Comic-Con San Diego? Any thoughts coming out of it?
Honestly, no. I mean, obviously, there is a lot of announcements. Ryan Gosling, Ghost Rider. Initially, very excited. I like that they did the song "Ghost Rider" from Suicide. Really cool. But then I found out Sean Levy's directing it, and I lost all interest at all. You know, Sean Levy is like, if there is a single douchebag in Hollywood, it might be him.
Well, I hear he's a nice guy. His films, on the other hand. So here's the I also am to understand that Ryan Gosling has a huge part in this and was actively trying to get this film made with him, and he's actively getting involved in the story. And apparently it's pretty good. We'll see. We don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Let's get down the line. Let's just see how he is in Starfighter. You know.
Yeah, isn't that Sean Levy too?
I have to. Oh yeah, I think it is. Okay, all right. Well, all right. That's that. That's just that. One thing for me with Comic-Con, I am getting a little excited, and I think I'm going to watch Lanterns.
Really?
Yes.
You want the the DC true crime, you know?
Well, the
True Detective.
The True Detective element to it. I'm not, as much as I'm not a Marvel guy, I'm definitely not a DC guy. Although I've always been a Batman. Who doesn't like Batman?
Right.
I really starting to like Aaron Pierre.
Okay.
And he's on the Ascent right now.
Yeah.
And my guy Kyle Chandler. And to just pair those two together, I'm a little stoked about it.
Yeah.
So maybe some two shoes in the future, but
listen,
it's coming.
I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. I definitely don't have plans to watch it. But...
I'll take care of it for you.
I got this one.
Yeah.
I mean, the elevator pitch I certainly like. It's adapt something like a True Detective and put that in a comic book universe. I think the fan sentiment
like
is
an adult. I just want to be treated like an adult so bad.
Well, guess what? Green Lantern isn't the one for that to happen with.
Hey, it's not Ryan Reynolds, though.
Yeah. That really is the fan sentiment, though, of just like why they're hating on lanterns or expecting the worst with lanterns is that it's not in space. You know, I mean, the lanterns are space cops.
Sure.
Why are we on,
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, sure.
We only have 2 trailers out for it.
I feel you.
Okay. Should we?
I do like the casting as well. Pierre, most of all.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Absolutely.
And those two butting heads battling together, I don't know. Well, I kind of like it. I really like it. So, okay. Should we,
That's going to upset the Marvel fans. We are throwing in DC talk before the Spider-Man.
You know what? It's Comic-Con. Yeah, we got to have a little chatter about it, right? We have a movie podcast, for God's sake. God knows we weren't given press passes. So, okay.
Not after the fiasco that was Comic-Con New York, where we were a little tipsy. I don't think, did we ever say that on the
I don't
podcast?
know if we ever actually brought that up. Vin and I.
Wait, I don't know.
Well, no, it's great. It's fine. We both been to a Comic-Con separately.
Yes.
With our buddy, with producer Sean.
Yes.
You went 1 year, I went 1 year, and then we had the culmination that we go together. And it just so happened to be the first year we're launching the daily ratings.
Yep.
So you and I, we made business cards, which in hindsight now looking at those cards, just not happy with them. Kind of boring looking cards. And we made, what would you say, unsavory T-shirts.
Yes, provocative.
Putting down Rotten Tomatoes.
Yep.
And we had a good time, but we found the place to be is where the bar is, for sure.
Instead of all these lines to get into, room C or whatever.
Right. And we saw some things, but yeah, we got a little liquored up, and let's go through art. Now it's time to go through Artist Alley, the most packed room that you could ever be. I mean, it was like Matt Damon and the Trojan Horse. It was everyone's fecal matter everywhere. And then there's Vin and I
Schlosh.
Specifically remembering
dehydrated and schlosh.
Somebody going like, "Oh, Rotten Tomatoes does suck," and Vin in one hand whipping a card out and being like, "Hey, check us out!" And in his other hand swinging his drink and just spilling it all over the place. A true blast.
Oh, thanks, I guess.
Yep. A really good time.
It was so fun. We got to go back. Maybe that's just an episode. We go to Comic-Con and we get drunk.
Hey, folks, it's Two Shoes here. I'm here with Mr. Vincent Daly.
Yeah, we do.
No, thank you.
In Man on the Street bits where we're interviewing other people.
Exactly. All right. Maybe for the 500th episode.
Yeah.
Again, let's jump. Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's jump it back to 2017. Only 9 years that we've had Holland here. It seems like longer, but no. Here he is, Spider-Man, Spider-Man,
Stop, you're not
Homecoming.
for everyone.
I'll say another thing too. I don't like the naming of these films.
Oh, I'm with you there.
I think we're all done a little dirty.
Yeah.
With the confusion here. But this is Spider-Man Homecoming, 2 hours and 13 minutes, rated PG-13. As always, I'm going to kick you off on all of these, and we'll take them back and forth.
Sure. Well, as many of you know, Marvel and Sony dance around each other when it comes to the Spider-Man license, giving us 10-plus movies for Spidey in a 20-year run. This is also positioned in the timeline for post-Civil War, making it one of the first movies in the MCU to really utilize the sandbox of a world they created. However, for as much as this movie is concerned with integrating Spider-Man as a late entry to the MCU, a common complaint is that this, and the trilogy as a whole, never feels like it makes the New York webhead the real focus of the story. If there is a fan complaint for these first three by John Watts, is that it's not Spider-Man's story. He's maybe second, if not third fiddle to the priorities of the MCU and anything else they want to throw in John Watts' case, making kind of a teen comedy even.
Yeah.
So...
Always getting helped out.
Yeah.
He's always getting helped out. Is he the real hero in the end? Is he the biggest honcho, even though the movie's got his name on it? Mm-hmm. But yeah, dude's getting a lot of help a lot of the time.
Dude's getting a lot of help, that's right. For this first entry, Spider-Man Homecoming is a mix of a teen comedy and superhero action, and probably being the closest thing we will ever get to a John Hughes MCU film, if he ever wrote one. After the events of Avengers 1, alien technology and superheroes have raised the bar on small-time crooks. And after an 8-year time jump, we see how the classic villain, the Vulture, has come about in this world. Meanwhile, a young and eager Peter Parker is just dying for more superhero action, destined for something greater than Queens, but still a little green for real super work that will undoubtedly get him into trouble. What does every kid want? Not to be treated like a kid. And even if that's the best thing for him right now, Spider-Man will continue to stick out his neck and mess with things he doesn't understand. Returning to this movie, I was reminded of my favorite aspect of this. Like I said, I've never seen Far From Home, or the second one, but I have seen this, and this was rated.
Yeah.
My favorite thing, by far, is the comedic timing here. Say what you will about how this shakes out as a superhero movie or a Spider-Man specific story, but as a comedy, I really do think this works. Over the course of the trilogy, and especially after the release of Brand New Day, art director John Watts will kind of get dragged through the mud by fans, but his history on working on projects like The Onion gives this movie its comedic identity that I think still makes it worth checking out today, almost detached from any greater MCU or even any other Spider-Man story. Just all over this script, you get fantastic youthful energy that, again, feels like it uses a John Hughes, kind of teen high school party formula, in a really solid way. All over this. I love just really a collection of just great lines. The, okay, Spider-Man, do a flip, phenomenal. Right. The Lego Death Star joke with Ned, fantastic. The endless hot Aunt May jokes, Captain America's fitness challenge, really has a lot of fun and got some real genuine laughs out of me watching this again. This was...
Were you expecting that? Were you a little surprised by that?
A little bit, because if anything, I just know the jokes, but even Hannibal Buress, he's the gym teacher, he's I'm pretty sure that guy's an international criminal, and I was man, they are having fun with it in a great way, and in a creative way. Again, there is a comedic identity here that is not even present in the later John Watts films. So, take that for what it's worth. It really is something. This one hits a certain level of magic to its comedic timing. And while it might be a problem that this ditches a traditional origin story to hit the ground running with Spider-Man in the MCU, the parts that work for me all circle around the friendship between Peter and Ned, being high schoolers and charming the audience.
Okay, so right away, how much how much do you think it helps, especially going back and watching these, that we do have a 9-year younger Tom Holland? Like, so he's filming this when he's around 20, 21. Do you think just that helps because, although he doesn't look like he's aged all that much, but it's more believable that we're dealing with high school kids here?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I maybe not am that hardcore of a Spider-Man fan to determine what era we need to kind of come into his story with.
Yeah.
But absolutely, even in the Raimi trilogy, I mean, he is a high schooler. Tobey Maguire definitely wasn't a high schooler at the time. I mean, no one looks like a high school. If we ever go back to the Raimi trilogy, I mean, like, that's the joke. Like, no one looks age appropriate. Especially like I think Flash Thompson, like he's like it's like a bodybuilder. It's crazy.
Right.
There's something here that I do just really enjoy the youthful energy. Again, it's a comedic identity that Homecoming almost exclusively has, and the lesser films kind of have it in small shades, you know?
Yeah.
So, now don't get me wrong here, as far as some criticisms go. Michael Keaton as the Vulture has to be one of the better villains of the MCU, period. Definitely in the upper half.
And not just the Vulture being a good villain, Michael Keaton's Vulture you like.
That's a great point. If anything, because the Vulture is a little bit of a throwaway villain in Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery, like Michael Keaton kind of lifts it up quite a bit.
Okay.
I don't know if I would put like a particular ranking, but he really is one of the better ones, period. But when this has to fit, the movie, that is, has to fit into being a normal superhero movie is where issues pop up for me, which is also a quality that only gets worse with Watts' run. Our director will have to deal with more and more MCU baggage that comes into play. It's at its least detrimental here in Homecoming. The classic issue of CGI in these MCU movies is something that really never goes away. From any type of action to especially Spider-Man himself being done in CGI.
Yeah.
These first 3 movies will help create the pushback that Brand New Day proudly embraces stunt work for. And maybe that's a good thing because, you know, we've kind of seen the light and we're not having an entirely CGI Spider-Man. Definitely a problem here on the back of MCU CGI troubles.
I almost wanted to even say, because we're going to want to talk about it for almost every film. I don't know if you want to make a blanket thing of just that, that's fine. But almost want to just almost rate each film because it's going to be present because we're dealing with fights and battles and everything. You can see it age, but I was even the new ones. In the new one, it does struggle. And you're right. Spider-Man specifically, when he is in action at times or dealing a lot of stuff, it doesn't look that good.
Yeah,
and
it's tough.
It's a bit of a problem, and there's a lot going on. It's a superhero movie.
Yep.
So I think some people, almost much like product placement, everybody's mileage varies with that. Some people are absolutely
the sensitivity
allergic to it, which I am very close to that. We know some people are the exact same way too. Just get it out of the film. I can't even watch a film and feel connected in any way because there's so much CGI slop going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And especially with this 2017, it's just you can't not notice it, or you can't not notice it.
I think, like, if anything, like the comedic beats of this or the comedic identity of these first 3 movies, it is a downward ramp that only gets worse. And
it gets worse.
Yeah. To the point that No Way Home, it looks like it's filmed in a closet. You know what I mean? Granted, there's COVID restrictions, but especially the final sequence on the scaffolding and the construction yard. I mean, wow. I mean, it looks weightless. It looks terrible. So
and then the kind of weird dream sequence type stuff
in 2, and Far From Home.
Oh right, yes, yeah. That mixed my wires here. But okay, that's okay. We're good on what we got going on.
Yeah. I feel like for Homecoming, I do have a specific example. You really do feel the pain of this when something is done real back-to-back with CGI. The iconic rubble scene is a great example of this because while it is an awesome nod to the comics, arguably one of Spider-Man's most iconic moments where he's lifting the rubble up and he's kind of like all tattered and whatnot, it's bookend with barely legible CGI action where Vulture is throwing around drones and breaking pillars and whatnot, and it's like the legibility of this action scene is garbage, even though we do get to the point of like a very iconic Spider-Man moment being, put on screen. One of the bigger fan issues with Tom Holland's Spider-Man as well is all around the Iron Man tech given to him without earning it in the story. And I kind of agree with this, but I do go back and forth because I think I do like that this isn't an origin story.
Yeah, because we're not bogged down by it.
Exactly.
The fact that we can jump into it a little bit.
Yeah.
It is a thing of, we all know who Spider-Man is, okay? No one needs it. No one needs all that. An extra half an hour.
Exactly. It's not the stroke of, like, sharp writing that we've commented on, like with the Batman, for instance, where it's like, this is cool that it's defined as year 2 Batman. I like because comics are so far-reaching. They have different eras. It's nice to have that defined by the writing or by the script. Here, I don't know. The whole Iron Man tech, I kind of get it. I kind of get the beef with it because most of all, he's not really like earning it. But
it's conveniency.
Exactly.
Right.
Lastly, but it's also MCU baggage. You know what I mean? Iron Man has a huge role in this story.
Okay.
And it's just like, this is. It is Spider-Man's story, but it is muddy. It's watered down, It's not just him. Lastly, I would say the only drop ball when it comes to this movie and our next movie is around Zendaya as MJ. I'll say it multiple times. Love Zendaya as an actress. I think she is totally the wrong casting for this. I think the character is approached so oddly for MJ. The version of the character just never hits for me. In Homecoming specifically, like, why is she there? Why is she not the love interest, the switcheroo, kind of regardless of kind of subverting expectations for this third remake of Spider-Man or third rendition of Spider-Man. MJ just never feels like an important character for the entire trilogy in the way that she should be. And in the way that you have Zendaya as a great resource and a great actress to utilize. But believe me, folks, this stings twice as bad when you know how they fumble it in the next one, even with it being the main focus of our next film, finally selling us on the romance between Peter and MJ. I would say pre-podcast, gave this a 58. I'll be honest, across the board, I was a lot harsher on comic book movies, and, considering I'm still pretty harsh on comic book movies, I'm not really pulling that back. For real, though, I feel like this needs a bump for a couple reasons. It needs a bump for just great needle drops alone in this. I thought the soundtrack and Giacchino's score was super fun and really inspired in some points. I also don't know if I'm getting a little sappier as I get older, but making this a Queens-specific Spider-Man is such a cool touch and, hits on a personal note for me. I love that. That's a very nice touch. Most likely that score came from the fact that this was the third reboot in like 15 years, and when this came out, I was a hater because I was burnt out on Spider-Man, and probably burnt out to the point that why I didn't see Far From Home,
Oh, yeah.
I was just burnt out on Spider-Man. Now, I can recognize a lot of what works in this independently of Spider-Man, and I think that might be the only time we ever get something like that in the MCU. Again, the comedic identity here, rewatching this film, this worked on a level that 58 just did not sit right with me. With that said, we're going to go ahead and give Spider-Man Homecoming 2017 a 68.
Okay, a 68. That's a healthy bump up.
A healthy bump.
I'll allow it.
You like how I just kind of like breeze into it?
You really do, yeah, at this point. I used to have like a death claw on on the scores. But okay, all right, 68%. I think this is fair. I like your energy coming off of this. I'm not, how did I say it? I should say from the get-go, I have a ceiling. I have a ceiling with these kinds of movies. Yep. This was cutesy. It was great. I really couldn't connect to anything. It seemed like a very acceptable first start here for Tom Holland as Spider-Man. And I'm almost okay in the beginning for this to be the first movie to have a helpful hand. He not only is the character himself young and needs a mentor, the fact that it's the first movie, I'm okay with him being helped out and he's got to share the screen a little bit.
Okay.
Now it continues a little, and that's where it can get problematic. For the first one, it's like, okay, it's, again, how upset can I get about it? This is 2017. Your burnout aspect, too. It's not just a Spider-Man burnout. It is 2017. This is coming out.
Yeah, it's a little bit of superhero burnout.
Yeah, we've got a decent stretch here. We've got two. Well, and actually, this year doesn't another Avengers film come out in 2017?
In 2017,
yeah, because it's this. Or maybe it's
Is it-
18 and 19, or is it 17 and 19?
No, 18 and 19 because we get Infinity War and Endgame.
Well, still, we have 2 Avengers. We have 2.5 with Civil War.
I think the point stands because it's before the reinvigoration of Endgame of being like, oh wow, they really paid this off. You know,
Yes.
it was almost like doom and gloom because it was like, where and now we're reintroducing Spider-Man. you know?
Right. Is Civil War...
Yes.
Because that's how we're introduced to Tom Holland, correct?
This is, and that's kind of what I mean of like all these movies in the Watts trilogy. They're weird end caps to different phases,
Right. Yes.
and this kind of deals with the burden of being the end cap to Civil War. So, and a little bit of Avengers 1.
Okay, all right. All right, so 68%. I think that's a really nice score, honestly. And I think it makes a lot of sense, and I think it's good for most people. I'm just a little bit different.
Sure.
I don't even know if I want to, like, nitpick this film all that much, to be honest about it. I had an issue because I'm not the biggest Tom Holland guy as Spider-Man, and I get it, but we've had a lot of it, and I'm a little bit over it. I've never been able to, maybe it's my attachment to him, because I am such a Toby guy from us growing up.
Sure.
He's also a little bit too clean at times. There's a very intense thing that goes on.
Yeah.
And then he takes the mask off, and he's talking to Tony Stark, and I'm like, why is his hair perfect? This doesn't seem real. I know it's not real because it's Spider-Man, but make it more real, please.
Yeah, no, I feel you. That kind of is neck and neck with the action being entirely CGI.
Yeah.
You know, it's how they stitch the back-to-back sequences together.
And right, when you have 8-10 of those throughout the film, it just affects you a little bit. But
Yeah,
that's on for that. 68% for Spider-Man Homecoming. Let's keep it going. As I said in the beginning, too, John Watts, all 3 of these.
Yes.
Do we like him from before? Why did he get this? This is a big thing to take up here.
I really don't know. I know he worked with The Onion. I know he did some comedy stuff. But even looking at his IMDb, it was confusing in the same way.
Almost
of just
risky
like,
to pluck him.
Why did he? and that's what I think is the tragedy of just like, not only does he get dragged by fans, there is a degree there of just like, you can tell that he just wanted to have fun and have a comedic identity to these movies. I mean,
Spider-Man does. That is Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think a perfect example, slight spoiler, but in Homecoming, Spider-Man has a dad talk with Michael Keaton in the car.
Yes.
And how that is infused and moved together with superhero, but also, again, this like John Hughes high school energy. You know, that's a really magic scene. And it feels like sometimes he hits that and sometimes he's just has no spine standing up to Marvel and what they're giving him as marching orders.
Well, listen, and when you're a new guy like that,
right.
You don't have a spine.
I don't know if
They'd
I have a
remove
spine in
your
front.
spine. You have to go through Marvel surgery first.
This goes back to Ant-Man. Edgar Wright was supposed to direct Ant-Man. Stepped away from the
he's got
project.
too much of a voice.
Yeah, exactly.
So, especially in that earlier, those phases of
Yeah.
MCU, the whole creative differences.
Yes.
Where we have
classic,
leaving the project because of creative differences, very much going on.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Spider-Man Homecoming, 68%. Let's jump 2 years ahead. This is now 2019. Spider-Man colon.
You
don't like that.
No, I don't like that.
Spider-Man colon Far From Home. Always remember, Far From Home. They're on vacation. Second one. They go on vacation for the second
It is
one.
the naming is a
I'm gonna play
nightmare.
mental games over here. Here we go again. Once again, settle up. Let's run through it. Spider-Man Far From Home.
Well, like we opened the episode with, Spider-Man has, again, always seemed to be burdened with capping off the phases of the MCU, with this landing post-Endgame and Infinity War as really just one of the big indicators for things to come. I feel like that was a lot of the hype of this, of just being the very first movie after such a bombshell in the continuity of the MCU.
Yeah.
I've never seen this, though, and was kind of excited to check this out this week because out of Spider-Man's iconic rogues gallery of villains, Mysterio was always my favorite. I love
okay,
Mysterio.
cool.
Oh, yeah. But that pivotal placement in the MCU makes this entry needlessly clumsy with how much it tries to juggle. And while, in my opinion, it's better than the forced-fed fan service we get in No Way Home, it's really not better by much. Spider-Man Far From Home is a summer vacation comic book movie that's got to sell us on the romance between Peter and MJ while also juggling several continuity chainsaws in the air. That's got to be one of my favorite lines that I wrote about the MCU this week. Continuity chainsaws, because I feel like it perfectly illustrates just how dangerous a chainsaw is if you point it in the wrong direction. Like, great if you're using it and the continuity's working, but, one little thing and it kicks back on you, it's going to be bad. It's going to be messy. Time after the blip has been a long, dramatic, and somewhat confusing road, but Peter Parker is just excited for his class trip to Europe. And we see a reverse of the mindset of the last movie, all this superhero business getting in the way of a teen experience he's more than earned for himself. But superhero business is exactly what he's pulled into. Nick Fury introducing the newest hero on the block, Mysterio, claiming to be a multiverse traveler. Mysterio needs help defeating 4 elemental powers threatening the world, but Peter really didn't intend on saving the world this summer. And just when he has the courage to confess his crush on MJ, it becomes clear that only he can stop what's coming next. I would say as the sequel to Homecoming, I think this has a lot of charm. A lot of the awkward comedy rhythm carries over from the last movie. Definitely feels a bit weaker because it loses its core setup, its identity of being a high school comedy. I'll even say that I'll probably be a tiny bit softer on No Way Home because of this, because there's something there of just like it's tying it down a little bit more. This environment, it's an awkward setup. Even this school vacation, this school class trip.
Yes.
It's an awkward setup to land the same type of comedy and the same type of rhythm of the last film. The real issue here, folks, it all comes with what all these Tom Holland Spider-Man movies are saddled with, the MCU storylines messing with telling a pure Spider-Man story. I'll absolutely admit our new film this week is probably in the best spot with that. Not completely free of it, but it's a lot better. But for this movie, it is probably at its worst. Exactly because it is post-Endgame, with so much needing to be juggled for the continuity. We got to close up Tony Stark's relationship. Spider-Man obviously being the most important superhero left. Dip a toe into multiverse bullshit, because that's coming in the next phase. I mean, not even our villain gets an origin story that is separated from the summer reading baggage. Mysterio can't even just be Mysterio on his own. This is unfortunately where, once again, John Watts gets dragged, but unlike someone like James Gunn, you can feel our director's identity get lost in the shuffle a bit, get lost in that pressure from Kevin Feige and Marvel and Disney, This still has to land a comedic tone while doing all that. Sometimes that happens. Most of the time, that becomes the 5th or 6th priority of the film because of how much it's saddled with, and really becomes a bummer for me when I watch this movie.
So that's what becomes the bummer. So not the actual content so much on the film.
No, it's just that, like, wow. Again, it's. I mean, I'll talk about it in a second. Of just like there is one goal this movie should have had, and it is selling us on the romance between Peter and MJ.
100% agree.
That's like, again, 5th or 6th priority to what's going on here.
And I'll tell you why it's so important too, because Homecoming, we're doing something else with Tom Holland, and a chick. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I didn't realize how the MJ stuff actually really starts in film 2.
Yes.
And I didn't love that. Now, by the way, I do like her as MJ.
Okay.
I've come full circle with her. I really like Zendaya now.
Okay.
And because she can also look young. She plays young. Whatever. She's got this smart. Her attitude, I'm fine with.
Sure. Okay.
But man, yeah,
there's no traction with the storyline.
Yeah, I wanted to see a lot more.
It takes an hour in this movie, in the second movie, for even us to get any kind of, hint towards it.
Not to mention with how cemented it feels in film 3.
Yes, absolutely. And I just think a little bit of my beef with this portrayal of MJ as this, like, it's funny in concept. It's just weird for the character of this like dark, grim nerd, and among other nerds. I don't know. The romance has really never stuck for me, and this one really it came to a head because it's clearly meant to be the point of this.
Yes.
So.
And then overall, the story you were having issues with just because we're trying to do too much.
Oh yeah, I mean it's the same. It's the Spider-Man in the Spider-Man story is so far down the ladder on what's the priorities of this movie.
I don't love that we're far from home in this one. I have to say, I would have liked if we were more home based.
Okay,
because there's something about it where it feels like the second film. Does that make sense?
Yeah, true.
It feels like the middle child a little bit, and they just kind of, I don't like going off.
Yeah.
Something about it. And I have to say, you mix that with the Mysterio stuff and where that goes, that's what it really loses me. I'm sorry. But what we're doing in the end, the big bad thing, it's so drone heavy. It's such a crutch. And with you trying to do other stuff, you're not pulling on any heartstrings. I'm not on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
And when we're so heavy with Jake Gyllenhaal going full Jake Gyllenhaal at times, with the drones, it's whoa. It doesn't feel important, and that was a heavy feeling I was getting, especially second half of film.
Yeah, I feel you there. And then I'll talk about the
Sure.
CGI of how all the action feels in this. Kind of piggybacking off of that. One last thing, which was with the comedic tone of this. Again, I was surprised by what I laughed at, by what I didn't. I was surprised by this one, how much it didn't make me laugh, and how much it didn't have the electricity of Homecoming. And I think that all relates to just the right setup, the right comedic setting to have these jokes come from it. I will say, though, Tom, I did laugh the most with this movie, maybe even laughing at the film, all because of the single line of, get ready for it, the kids are in the kill zone.
Oh, yes, Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, it's his henchman.
Oh,
it's one of his henchmen. He goes, I have the kids, and the kids are in the kill zone. And
I couldn't stand that shit.
I was losing it. I'm laughing at the movie of how ridiculous that is.
Yes, okay, it is ridiculous. Yes, thank you. Okay.
I mean, maybe it's meant. It
is meant.
Most definitely, it's meant tongue in cheek.
It doesn't hit for me.
I was definitely like, wow, they really said that.
I think like the fact that JB Smooth was the principal.
No, he's the other science teacher.
Oh, other science teacher, whatever. Yeah. You kind of got me, but boy, yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal's others.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
His weird henchman. I got to say though, the CGI action sequences in this do not look good, like at all. Like it was slightly a problem before. It was just like straight up do not look good here. Like for sure, if Vulture was in the upper half of MCU villains, this is in the lower half of MCU CGI. For Spider-Man, I can appreciate how Europe is a new environment, a totally new playground for him to swing in, and how that plays into action. But him without the suit looks terrible, and him in the suit looks even more weightless at times. It's a real problem.
Lacking detail.
Yeah. And even just like in the transitions of him swinging, maybe being in a weird angle and then landing on his 2 feet, the cut between the CGI full body, Spider-Man himself.
Okay, interesting.
And then as it blends into Tom Holland where he takes off the mask or something like that and talks, that is even bad. For Mysterio, I think it's borderline unacceptable. He looks bad floating around. His powers look bad because they're just so heavy-handed. I would say conceptually, I like the direction that they take with Mysterio's powers, but it's yet another trend that I think started in Doctor Strange, where that at some point in the movie, we get just a super heavy CGI sequence. That CGI sequence is going to, time's not going to be kind to that.
No.
It's not going to treat it kindly, and that's kind of what I'm experiencing returning to this film, 7 years later.
And I got to tell you, I mean, seeing it for the first time probably is taking you out of it. It's very hard to connect in those films.
Yeah.
Huge problem for me with the two big Avengers one. Like the whole Endgame stuff, just the big CGI slop that's in it. I cannot connect to the film.
Sure.
Because I want to say it looks like a video game, but I can connect to a video game better. Truly. It's rough. It is really rough. And when it's so heavy, boy, what do you do with it?
Yeah.
And I get it. Some people enjoy it. Some people don't care. Some people can brush it away. I just can't be one of them.
Yeah. And to your point about the direction they take Mysterio's quote-unquote powers in this, I think it was kind of interesting. Mysterio I always understood as like hallucination gas, but
and they kind of do that.
Yeah, well,
but through
like, holograms and whatnot and technology.
Doesn't it feel weak?
I don't know. I mean, I'm 50-50 on it. I just know it doesn't look good.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
I'm appreciative that they kind of went in almost a realistic direction of how to make Mysterio a character within the world. Even though they have like magic and shit. So it's like, I don't know if it was that much of a problem. But there's something here of just like, man, every time he spewed the green smoke, it was just like, I get maybe in what is it, 2018?
17.
2019.
Yeah, 2019, I'm sorry.
Looks good, maybe. It did not age well.
I don't know if
everything aged poorly.
You gotta, hey, that CGI budget, man. A lot of it's got to go to the Avengers.
Yeah, right, exactly. Who's going to get the largest slice of the pie? So.
I mean, I can't tell you how much, though. Seriously, the whole drone thing brought it down for me.
Really?
Yeah, again, such a crutch. Really throughout large sections of the film. Used for heavy moments as well, intense moments. Falling flat for me, personally.
Yeah. And it's tough
maybe
because
it's your key thing that you have a problem with.
Yeah.
How we need to get a key and we're focused on the key. And it's just like, what do I care about the key? Why do I care about these drones? I do not care about the drones.
The key.
We have Mysterio. What's it? Mysterio? Yeah. I was almost going to say Mystique. But that's the thing. We have this guy here. Look what he's already able to do. Why do I care about... Yeah. Drones.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I know what you mean. There's also... yeah. I don't know.
Okay, well.
But I would argue that the only landing this had to stick was, once again, to sell us on the romance between Peter and MJ. And while technically we do get there by the end, it's such a shame that this wasn't the single focus of the movie. The single focus of the movie, in the same way that you use a high school environment in Homecoming to craft an interesting, teen comedy identity, this could have been like a summer vacation kind of romance MCU film.
Yeah.
In ways it goes for that, but in the end, it's just like, man, why wasn't this the whole movie?
We get more buy-in on Ned's romance
exactly
than MJ and Spidey.
Exactly. I feel like, even like with this being Spider-Man's single motivation for the entire movie, it just takes an hour to get to it. I think it's funny that Watts and the writing team took this and tried to make like Spring Fever for every other character,
right.
Besides Spider-Man. I mean, Jon Favreau and Marissa Tomei got it, and Peter and MJ don't. But it really just blows my mind to have how much they fumbled this specific piece and how pivotal that's going to be in No Way Home and even Brand New Day, of just like MJ's role in any Spider-Man story, no less how much they are kind of complicating it. Even if you say they didn't know what role MJ would have in the third and now the fourth entry, it really is a shame that Watts couldn't rip off just another batch of 80s teen movies to elevate this up. You know, why he couldn't replicate what he did in a romance sense for what he did with Homecoming. With that said, we're going to go ahead and give Spider-Man Far From Home 2019 a 53.
Okay, this gets a 53%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a drop-off. It is. And I was probably least connected to this one the most, for sure. And part of it is the travel aspect to it. And unfortunately, the Mysterio part of it, big time.
Yeah.
I think it dropped ball. Even the Nick Fury stuff, I think was just kind of shallow and like, okay, what? I don't know.
It's tough because occasionally, again, there is the charm of Homecoming in the sense like, oh, hey, that was kind of a sharp joke. You know what I mean? Like, I can stand back and appreciate just like, all right, good one.
We should say this was a very scaled-back writing team, too. So John Watts wasn't really in the writing room at all.
Yeah.
This was Chris McKenna and Eric Summers.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more people involved with Homecoming.
Sure. But there's just something here of just like, man, it's just so saddled with everything but Spider-Man that it's hard to consider it a sequel at all. It's really more so a cap, an extra reading,
0.5.
0.5 off of Endgame. You know what I mean, to wrap up some loose ends.
Which, I mean, that's how it is, you know, especially with them and what they got going on. Okay, so let's jump now. It's 2021. This is post-COVID. This was one of the biggest movies after COVID. I think the one that really started to kick things off. Because I think we had this, and then we had Maverick, and then we had Avatar. I believe is how it went down. So Spider-Man, because Tenet just couldn't get there. A little too early. And confusing. Spider-Man, No Way Home. Okay, how do you want to take this one? Again, we did cover it on episode, you said 14.
Yes, early review.
Way back.
I got 3 points around No Way Home.
Okay, go for it.
That's it.
All right.
That's it. So if anything, I want to pass the mic to you on this, as far as like, what are your thoughts rewatching this?
This one just initially when I saw this.
I think we watched this together.
Did we?
I think.
I don't know if I saw this in theaters. I'm pretty. Oh, wait a second.
I think so.
I think I saw this in theaters.
Yeah.
Saw it in theaters. To me, it was, how would you say, cheap cheddar. I don't know. I wasn't.
Cheap cheddar.
Yeah, it was delicious garbage at times.
Oh, okay, got it.
There was a way of let's just throw this guy and this guy, and if we could just have all of these individuals kind of doing their own funny thing together, we'll have a great movie.
Yes.
The Jamie Foxx of it all.
Yep.
And it was a lot. It was masturbation of Spider-Man and Marvel.
Yep.
And I can almost get on board for some of it. I do like the big reveals towards the end because, okay, screw it. If we're having this fun, let's do it. I don't care.
Right.
I definitely like second half of the movie better than first half. The Doctor Strange stuff. Again, the depth, why we're even doing this. Why am I even going to Doctor Strange? What is he helping me with? It's weak tea. It's not serious enough for film 3, for sure. And rewatching it again, in that lens, it was bumming me out. It was like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to care about this? This did unbelievable box office success? It was upsetting of, wait, where was the depth here?
Yeah.
Was there depth at all ever?
Right.
And coming away from it, it's, oh, no, it's not. It's a lot of just, and we're going to give you this, and we're going to give you that.
It's plain and simple fan service.
And I think we talked about it on the podcast, and that nothing changed there. The Willem Dafoe aspect to it is beautiful in every way that is Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
I'm into it. I want to see him on screen as much as possible.
Oh, of course.
And if he's chewing scenery and throwing 110 miles an hour, go for it. I'm happy. We're cool.
Yeah.
But, there's a lot of characters to share the screen with, so we don't get Willem all that much.
Yep.
And that's my thing. It because I can just give myself to the second half of the film, I can have a better time of it.
Sure.
Time with it than film number 2, Far From Home.
Yep.
So I do think I put this above it, I have to say.
Okay.
I feel gross even saying that, but it's the truth. They throw so much at you. It's like jokes in Airplane. Listen, if you're not feeling that first, they're going to get you by the end. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're beaten into submission.
And they got it. They got me to it. I guess that's my overall thing to it. There's some CGI problems in here, big time. Still not happy with it. The fact that it's 2021, I think, as you said before, inexcusable.
Yes.
In a lot of ways. And that's it. I can only have so much heart for these films. Didn't have a lot one for this.
Yeah, true. It's already an uphill battle for you.
It is.
So I totally get it. I mean, it's actually like 2 uphill battles because you're not like really, really sold on Spider-Man, and you're definitely not sold on like the movements of the MCU and whatnot.
Right.
So like inclusions like Doctor Strange or any of the fan service in the movie.
I can't get excited about that.
Yeah.
It's tough for me to connect with such a PG-13 property, such a teen-heavy film, and the fact that I have zero connection with the comics.
Yeah.
I'm not a comic book guy. I just can't get there and care all that much. But I want to say I do get it. I never make fun too much, I feel like, of the Marvel people because I do get it. I got a taste of it with Watchmen because I read the graphic novel right around the time that the film was coming out.
Sure.
So I can get that and Hearts Broken or things that you see that you love. It just ain't here for me, though.
Yeah, true.
Okay, but your 3 bullet points, Mr. Daly.
Well, I did watch this again. I also listened to our review again. So I'm glad you brought up the Willem Dafoe stuff because we actually didn't touch on it. I mean, like
we did,
that early on, we were so careful for spoilers.
Okay.
I mean, not only
we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah. If anything, I wanted to listen back to it because I was like, did I successfully avoid like the elephant in the room of what this movie is about? And I did. So that's pretty good. I'd like to keep with that. But rewatching this, first point I want to get across is that in the review, I talk about a lot of this. It feels like the plot circles the drain on the same issue the whole movie. This issue being the post-credits scene of Far From Home that kind of sets the premise of this movie. Also, not to be a buzzkill, but any of the fan service stuff really bounced off of me because I kind of get cringed by it. I think a lot of this is illustrated by everyone that had the theater experience, had the immense hype around this film, and then that second watch when they got to home and they kind of wanted to watch it again. And now you notice that there are massive gaps in the audio track to leave room for theater reactions and crowd reactions.
So this did this have a big kind of 2-month slope? Is what you're saying?
I think so. I think generally people have kind of switched pace a little bit.
Over years. Okay.
That have kind of recognized they're just like, this is a little bit of a manipulative movie, even if they still enjoy it. You know what I mean? And that's fine to enjoy it. But
you can't underestimate, too, the fact of the post-COVID thing is huge.
Yeah.
There was that element of enough of the country felt good to go sit in a crowded theater again.
And it being, a successful callback to the superhero films that the last decade prior,
Right.
created that culture with. There's so many aspects there. Second point is my biggest positive in that initial review, and I still stick with it rewatching the film, is that how it was able to throw in a lot of secondary MCU stuff to just create a real comic book feel, something that I think Brand New Day will continue in a very good way. I feel like if there's any kind of win for No Way Home is that it's so sprawling that, yes, I can see that as baggage of the MCU, but because there's so much fit into it, it does ultimately kind of come out feeling like a real comic of like how wild comics can be sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And third point, bottom line, I still 100% agree with my take on this movie. This benefited from a huge honeymoon period, which then dropped off once it got out of the theaters, and that its focus on fan service alienates everyone but the most hardcore fans. You know what I mean? That movie is... I don't know. It really is fans only, and Spider-Man, hardcore Spider-Man fans only. It's
Marvel masturbation.
Yeah. It's not a great comparison because I like the movie I'm comparing it to, but it's almost like the Lego Batman movie, where it's like this is a Batman movie for Batman fans, and the fans
Just so
of the
funny
movie.
to say.
Yeah. Right. But yep, old score was a 47, still 47.
Ooh, hey, yo, Spider-Man No Way Home, 47%.
I want to be careful returning to movies. If anything, this week, kind of, going back and rewatching No Way Home.
Yeah, steady on.
Listen to the review. I don't want to cross over tracks again. You know what I mean? I gave my stamp to No Way Home. I agree with a lot of it, maybe softer on some things, but... just wanted to put some notes.
Okay, and I think my only difference there is I'd probably swap these two for me.
Okay.
I do think I like 3 over 2.
Over Far From Home.
Yeah. Again, even though it
has it in villains, for sure.
Just the delicious garbage of itness.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how much I enjoy seeing Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
And it's that connection back to 1 and 2, to Toby. And my childhood. I was at the perfect age when those came out.
Yeah, it's so true because
It's like
Willem
you with the
Dafoe's...
Queens.
Yeah. Right. A little different, but... Yeah. Willem Dafoe also, like, returning to this character, it would be like getting Jack Nicholson again as Joker or something like that. I mean, like, this is like no one to do it like he did it.
Okay.
So to have that, again, give him another chance, really great.
It was pretty great.
For Green
Okay,
Goblin.
so that's 47% for Spider-Man No Way Home. Okay, folks, before we get to the big bopper here, we want to remind everybody what we're all about here at the Daily Ratings, which is no advertising, no payment tier structures, and no pay walls. So the podcast isn't going to be bogged down with ad breaks constantly or insert ads. It's not going to be ads on the website. We don't want to do that. And we don't want to do payment tier structures because we don't want to force you to pay an amount to get bonus shows and bonus content. Everybody's on their own finances. And that's why we definitely don't want to do paywalls where you need to give us money to access any of our stuff. That's lame. We're not doing any of it. But how you can support us and how we really need to be supported is through your monetary support, through your donations sent in, and through the value for value model. Are you finding the Daily Ratings valuable? Are you listening to the podcast every week, every so often? Are you checking out the website and always scouring through there and looking if a film is worth a watch? We look at that as value in your pocket. So can you send us value back in our pocket? It's value for value. We are completely 100% supported by the listeners of the show who do donate in. And we consider those people producers because just like in Hollywood, when you financially support a project, you're a producer of the project. And so please become a producer of the Daily Ratings. Head to thedailyratings.com and go to the donations page. We do have some set donations like buy Vin a movie ticket, the Gump Club, and Godfather donation. But then there's the big value for value button there. And it's whatever amount that you want. You can make it a monthly or a yearly if you want. Is it a cup of coffee? Is it a little bit more than that? We greatly, greatly appreciate it. Vin and I love doing this week after week, but it is a lot of time, a big dedication to come back week after week, so it means the world to us. We also have upkeep. We do have bills to pay with this. We have things that we need to pay for, so it really does go somewhere. It really does mean a lot. Again, it's thedailyratings.com. Go to the donations page and become a producer of the Daily Ratings. And again, because you're a producer, produce. We want to hear from you. We want to hear critiques or comments. If you have a random question to ask, you just want to get our take on something, this right here is the producer thanks segment. So send in a note along with your donation. Please email us at tom.vin@thedailyratings.com. That's our email address. And send in a note. If you want to be anonymous, say keep me anonymous, and of course we'll honor that. But again, questions, comments, critiques, love, hate, say anything, ask anything. It's what being a producer is all about. Head to thedailyratings.com, go to that donations tab. We can't tell you how much we would appreciate it all if you're enjoying your time with us. All right, Vin, let's head into the theater, which we did for the fan screening Thursday night. We couldn't get Dolby, but I got to say, the theater that we were in was one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
In that, the 16 theater complex. So the speakers were still pretty good as well. Had a little mix-up when we got in there. Somebody had our seats, but you routed them quickly, so a little traffic jam, but...
I was apologizing not to them, I was apologizing to you profusely.
Yeah.
Because I know how much
I
that
was cool. I was in the aisle, but it was okay.
Yeah.
Previews were still going. But you kept on saying, you were just like, we're good. We're good. Like, you were definitely making sure I didn't f this up. This is them.
Yeah.
So they scurried away. We made sure we got our bathroom breaks in, so the that pee anxiety didn't come in.
Yeah.
And
right. This felt just as long as the Odyssey.
We sat down for 2 hours and 25 minutes. I'll say right now, because you were loving it, movie ends, not a single person got up from their seats.
Locked in their seats.
Waiting
Crazy.
for the post credit scene.
And also, I'll say it's really not a spoiler. One, it's a post-credit scene, only one of them, and it's really not even that good.
A bit of a dud, which is weird. They usually don't do that.
Especially knowing that this did so well in the box office, it's like, what? Crazy.
And maybe they're learning their lesson. Maybe let's not promise stuff. Wasn't the one John Krasinski?
I don't know. No, I think that was in the second Doctor Strange.
There was one. I thought you said that he was Stretch Armstrong. Right? He was Dr. Fantastic.
You mean Mr. Fantastic, the most
Mr.
smartest man in comics?
Yes.
He is in Doctor Strange 2, the multiverse one. But I don't know if he was an end credit. Maybe he was.
I think he was an end credit.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a spoiler, but whatever. But the point is, they cut him out.
Yeah.
You gotta have to be careful with these end credits.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Careful what you promise there,
absolutely.
Marvel.
I think a better example is all the Kang stuff from Ant-Man 3. You know what I mean? Jonathan Major obviously got axed, but
right.
all of the Kang setup is now dead
in the water.
Plot lines.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, let's hit it up. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Brand New Day. Oh, boy, is it. Again, rated PG-13, 225. We'll take it back and forth.
Well, we got a bit of an inverse of how these MCU Spider-Mans are positioned, with this one being, the only one that's pre-something. It is pre-Avengers Doomsday. In a way, I think that finally frees up Tom Holland and our new director to tell a true Spider-Man-driven story while also tackling kind of an awkward but a semi-origin story 4 movies in. I don't know. I guess better late than never. But while Brand New Day is in the best spot to do this, it absolutely is still saddled with setting up a lot of plot threads, characters that will pay off in future movies to come. I think they did a great job avoiding spoilers in the trailer for this, to the point that walking into the movie, I really didn't know who the main villain was. But folks, if you were not part of the record-breaking box office weekend, understand that the internet is a minefield of spoilers.
Might as well just stay away completely.
Exactly. And this movie had some wonderful moments that I was glad that was not spoiled for me. So
we got some reactions in the theater for sure.
Yeah, so I will. You have my word. I will try to stay away from anything that just was not in the trailers. Also, what's crazy about this? Leaks were rampant about this. Some leaks were dead on. Other leaks were so off and wrong that it was a mental game of me saying oh, what that's not even remotely of what happened.
Do you think that's Marvel pumping a few million to influencers?
Oh, interesting.
To muddy the waters? Boy, if I was them, I would do that.
You would the psyop.
Well, absolutely.
All news is good.
Well,
news.
would that not make it better? You were, because that's actually when it ended. You were like, wow, some of the shit online was fake.
Yeah, straight up fake. I don't know. I think that's more so with the credibility of the leakers.
Okay,
which,
all right, yeah.
That could probably be said with any industry of are they in press? Are they inside these rooms? What's actually going on?
Right,
there?
sure, okay.
Who could argue with the hype around this? Tom and I had to park in the boons next to the Kubotas for snow removal.
Unreal. Vin and I usually park in the back. We have our specialty spots that we like. Damn, there our names ought to be in those spots. Yeah, we were back by the Kubotas.
It's crazy. And I just want to go back to the beginning of the episode of just it's unreal how both of us didn't expect this at all. We were to the point. Well, no, to the point we were just we'll add it to the week with some westerns. No,
okay, this is
huge.
Okay, I knew the movie. We knew the movie was going to be big. But I will say, as I was pulling in and looking for a spot and realizing, do I have to go between the snow machines?
There's machinery.
I have to say, what a gauge that we have. It's a weird shaped lot, but what a gauge we have too.
Right.
When our side of the lot is filled up.
Yep.
I knew Michael was going to be big. Right when I saw. Well, I mean, there's other things to know. A movie's going to be big, but just for your own eyes.
Yep.
Looking at that parking lot, Michael, Super Galaxy movies. And this, by far, the most crowded since the podcast started. Makes sense that this was the most money a film ever made.
It really does. Weekend. Yeah, it translates.
Big time.
Crazy. Spider-Man Brand New Day is the welcome return to street-level crime for our friendly neighborhood hero, which, believe it or not, is a first for the series. Much like how the post-credit scenes from Far From Home bled into the premise for No Way Home, our story kicks off with the consequences of Peter's decision to erase the world's memory of Spider-Man's secret identity. This leaves Peter alone for the first time, and like so many fans have been asking for, creates kind of a moody, kind of a sad Spider-Man that thanklessly saves the people of New York. We jump forward 4 busy years where Spider-Man has become a household name once again, but all through Peter going at it alone with his once best friends, continuing their lives without him. Street-level crime might keep our webhead out of the big potato superhero work, but an organization called Damage Control complicates things after being repeatedly attacked by psychic assaults. Not only is the world changing around Peter, though, he's going through some changes as well. And unless he gets to the bottom of his anguish, he might just have to hang up the web shooters for good. I thought this movie was really, really strong.
Whoa.
It has to be one of the best comic book movie period openings that I've seen in a very long time. Not only do we get back to saving people on the streets of New York, not only do we get a story that focuses on Peter's struggle above anything else it's juggling, but this movie gets some serious points for comic authenticity that is really the best compliment I can give this.
Wow, that's very high praise.
Yeah. The opening action sequence was stunning. We get a cool needle drop, some snappy editing to catch us up to 4 years, but best of all, this opening sequence is filled with little snips of action that are direct references to a handful of Spider-Man comic covers. It was so cool.
Oh, that's cool.
To have this, it really, really burned through a lot of I don't know, C-tier Spider-Man villains in this. I mean, but the way it snaps through it, the way the editing was in this beginning montage, I loved this so much.
Wow.
It was so authentic to Spider-Man comics, and just even again the little callback they have in kind of replicating the scene of actual Spider-Man comic covers. So cool. Really, really it started on a very positive
I'm almost
note.
surprised you were picking up on that. Listen, you're not a big comic book reader, but you always got your eye out.
It's approximate nerd knowledge.
You are approximate
A&K?
big time. You are in the weeds. You are my snake in the grass when it comes to this stuff. Absolutely.
Well, I talked about it's A&K. I think being a nerd is being a nerd about a lot of little things, and then you get kind of little spillovers to other areas.
I love it. I love it. So from the get-go, you were cheesing. You were like,
oh yeah. The only one that I've seen was the Scorpion one, where Scorpion's punching him and he's thrown back in the air.
It's in the trailer, right?
Yeah. Really, really awesome that they took so many little moments, and ultimately it's really not that much of a film, but a really great kickoff to the almost the approach that this was having, the authenticity. Its focus was shown in those opening acts. Where you look at the last 2 films, you look at the last 3 films, there's not that focus. The focus is maybe first scene is the villain themselves, but it's also where this villain's coming into the MCU, how big this is. No, it's all about Spider-Man. So much Much like how I praised last year's summer blockbuster Superman, this really feels like a knee-deep comic book story where other heroes are being pulled in for quick cameos, or villains that aren't even central to the story are thrown around and beat up by Spider-Man. And believe me, I expected the worst, too. I didn't expect anything from this, as far as quality is concerned. Hearing the goals of this movie was to kind of do a late redo origin story in addition to any other MCU juggling that this had to get across was just something flat out I did not think they could pull off. But this did, in fact, pull it off. And in direct comparison, watching the other movies this week kind of makes you ask what Watts and team were doing for 3 movies straight. I'm not saying that this is like the best movie ever, but it is undoubtedly the best Spider-Man movie in a decade, and it doesn't have to, it's not that different ultimately. It's a couple key pieces and focus.
Okay, but let me throw this then at you, because you're dealing with the whole Marvel storyline here. How important is it where this is now kicking things off and not coming in the middle of things? Even to the fact of Spider-Man himself, I really view the first 3 as a trilogy, and I do think we're getting a second trilogy here. Overall, a Tom Holland saga.
I'm sure they will, yeah.
A Tom Holland saga, where maybe in that third film we do get a passing of the baton or something like that. So this is a brand new day for Marvel, and he doesn't have so much baggage.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can put that on Watts, is what I'm saying.
Okay, fair. I do kind of put it on this, again, it's a harsh word, but spinelessness to your own creative vision. You know what I mean? Instead of being railroaded by the requirements of we have to wrap up
everything.
Tony Stark. All that stuff. So, really interesting. And even I'll say this much, and again, being very careful with spoilers. The things that are planted as seeds, the little plants that they do that are very clearly set up for future movies. They're important, but they are kind of like, if they call back to it, fantastic. If not, it's not the main focus. It doesn't grab the wheel on this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, again, that's where I'm kind of like looking back on these 3 movies and it's just like, wait, why couldn't we kind of have both?
Yeah.
Have our cake and eat it too? So.
You want a Spider? I mean, listen. Asking just to give me a Spider-Man story with a Spider-Man film, you're not asking for all that much,
right? And I mean, again, like I've never seen the Amazing Spider-Man's ones with Andrew Garfield, but those movies are trampled on online.
Wait, you never seen them?
No, never seen them. Yeah. Never seen.
I thought you just weren't like about them and cared about them.
No, never seen them. And
right,
that's where I said, like, even Emma Stone included, she's gorgeous.
That's crazy.
She's absolutely stunning.
Right.
But those movies are really like trampled on online, and defenders of that movie will say, well, the Tom Holland ones, they're not real Spider-Man movies. We now finally have a real Spider-Man movie in the MCU. So. Now, something fans have been, kind of on that note, something fans have been asking about for a while now is more in-suit action and less reliance on the heavy CGI that we've talked about so far in this episode, and it's really been a black eye. There are a lot of scenes in this that are just as flashy, but you can feel they have more oomph on screen because of stunt work. Stunt work really, or more intricate stunt work, more reliance on stunt work is the deciding factor. I will say, and this is where I kind of want to pick your brain on this, Tom, because you maybe not, in love with superhero action or how that's crafted. I thought the lighting in this movie, props given to it doing it practical and the stunt work. I think the lighting in this movie was very dark at times, and to the point that it like muddied action more than not.
Well, that can help. It's a darker film.
Yeah.
It is a darker, grittier film, so I'm not okay. I'm kind of okay with that.
Okay.
I don't know
stylistically.
I don't know if I was actively thinking about that, but you saying it, I can see. I'm picking up on what you're saying. That being said, I don't think it's a blight on the film at all. And if anything, it helps stylistically with actually the theming of the film.
I think that's a good point. That's a good point. It felt muddy to me, and it was just, I guess there was some frustration that I was just saying, like, well, great that you're doing this practical, but if you're just kind of covering it up in post-editing or...
I mean, trying to cover up also some other CGI stuff.
Yeah.
We always say go dark. It always helps.
Right, the Spielberg trick.
But I want to, well, it's just what you do. Now, I will say... And Tom Holland did put in more effort to do more stunts, and he wanted to be in it, in the suit. He's got a new suit in this. He said it was way more comfortable than the other suit, so he was like much better to be in. You can feel some more trying going on. That came across even to me, which was appreciated, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess my only other note with this action kind of looking maybe a little muddy, not the clear communicated action I always preach. The moments in this film that no doubt have big hype. There are big hype moments to this that the theater was going nuts for, and I could imagine are really going to be dream come true to see on screen. I feel like there is going to be a kind of ignoring of the criticism that maybe some of these action scenes look a little bit muddy, but that muddy action, for me, what I fear is that that's not a great sign for Avengers Doomsday. That's not a great sign for maybe, Marvel having a little bit different approach to their films, but losing something in the chain.
I don't know. We'll just have to see with that. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows how many different teams were on this and everything like that. They're coming out the same year.
Yep.
Now, I will say there also is CGI in this film still. And it's still... It doesn't do it for me, I have to say. In the year 2026, it still doesn't do it for me when it is CGI. Just say it.
But you agree, League's better than the last 3 movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rightfully so.
Oh, right.
I mean, Christ, the last one
you're saying it's overdue,
Well, it's a 5-year jump. Let's go here.
Yeah, for real. And like I said, I mean, to maybe kind of cap the criticism of action in this on a positive note, again, there are really big hype moments around Spider-Man and what he pulls off. I think fans of the most recent Spider-Man games from Insomniac are going to be very happy. I think fans of the Spider-Man cartoon from the late 90s and early 2000s, I mean, you're going to be so happy with some of the moments in this, I
was talking to my Sherwin guy. So my Sherwin guy is a huge Marvel, but Spider-Man.
Okay.
So he's done Spider-Man. He had some great costumes at some Comic-Cons.
Oh, nice.
He gave this film an 8.5 out of 5.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 8.5 out of 5. 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Which when he told me, I was like, whoa, I thought you were going to say 9.
Or 10, yeah.
A little surprised by it.
Yeah.
He was loving the callbacks. He said there was a bunch of Toby callbacks, which I wasn't picking up on.
Oh, well, yes, sure.
So he was digging that. He wasn't loving the CGI when there was CGI, I will say. But positive review from the Sherman guy. I wanted to bring my guy in.
Your expert.
He is my Marvel expert. Yeah.
He's your man in the chair.
He could wipe the floor. Yeah.
Well, I'd be curious to hear what he says about some of the the cover callbacks and whatnot. Some of
that's great
scene matching.
And I have to say, I'm not losing anything not noticing that.
Oh, sure.
Because it's still the scene itself is still playing.
Yes.
So it's not like, oh no, here you go. It's tastefully done, which we haven't gotten in previous films.
Absolutely. And if anything, that's my praise of that opening montage. Great rhythm, great needle drop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Really, really good stuff. So. I'll say something that I only noticed after rewatching the old movies this week, though, is that in this one, Tom Holland, he's really cranking up that New York accent here to almost an annoying degree, if I'm being honest.
Okay, all right. I noticed it, but it's not bad.
No, he was cranking it up. I think it's very... My next note is very noticeable.
All right. It's not Tom... It's not Tom Hardy Venom, though.
No.
He's not going full Hardy.
It's not, but it's also I guess, I don't know. The explanation obviously is going to be, well, he's 4 years on his own, he's...
Yeah, we're pubescent Tom Holland Spider-Man now. He's clearly, I mean, really, it's a lot about hormones and what he's going through.
Sure.
It's a new age. It's a brand new day for this guy.
Got a new accent, too.
They really nailed it with the...
It's almost like a new character he's trying
All right, it's not. Come on. Get out of here.
I just think you watch scenes of Peter in a bodega or something from Home Company. Home Company.
Yeah. Spider-Man
Home Company. You watch scenes of Peter in a bodega from Homecoming. I almost messed it up again. And I just want to say it hit a better balance of him trying to be like Queens, New York and whatnot. Here, it's it's overkill.
Okay.
Like I said, I'll stick with mostly what's in the trailers. It's no mystery that John Bernthal's Punisher is in this. I think this might have been just both of them working each other up, and you know what I mean, riffing back and forth. The accent work kind of got out of control.
Okay, all right, that's a note.
But yeah, my note is for the first time in 4 movies, the accent was bad, and I don't know what else to say. I thought it was bad. Where I would almost praise, early on, it was just like, oh, it's just the right amount, But I don't know. We do have to kind of return back to Zendaya as MJ once again. I hate to,
Would you leave her alone?
I know, right. I like Zendaya. I think she's a great actress, but kind of a bad week for her, kind of a bad dice roll. I would say MJ, this character, obviously very different. I honestly had no expectations of what they wanted to do with the character because of how she's positioned in the story, but I do think they kind of did her dirty again with scraps and crumbs to the story. Between this and Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Marvel has a weird fascination with tackling these romance plot lines where one partner completely forgets they loved another one. You have it with Gamora and Peter Quill in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, where it's like, okay, now we have to navigate like a romance that was never written, like no one's blipped out of existence. You know what I mean?
Okay.
To return and not remember. I feel like maybe if it was handled in a cute or charming way, I would feel different, but they haven't really successfully landed the tone out of this out there concept a single time, and I just want them to stop trying. I just think it's a very weird way to go about, the romance in these films of just like, and one doesn't even remember anything,
Right.
I mean?
The amnesia thing.
Yeah, that's the core.
Right, that is.
That's definitely the core.
Now, I got to say, I'm going to completely disagree with you on the MJ thing, I think. Listen, I could have used more. I love seeing her on screen. I would like to see her on screen more in this film. This had me as much as it could have gotten me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I want to say that. I'm not, you know what I mean?
You agree with kind of crumbs,
I'm
though.
not, no. I
No?
think, I not only think, first of all, their chemistry is great. They're married, so there you go. I mean,
yeah, true.
It's going to be good.
True.
But I don't know. I thought I liked the MJ story in this.
Okay.
I thought she was in it enough, even though I could have used more. I was okay with it. I think there's some reveals that are done that were well done. I would even as I would go as far to say as it was my favorite parts of the movie.
Wow.
Was the MJ Peter Parker thing going on, or the MJ Spider-Man thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. To me, it was the grounding element of the film. It was the thing that we all wanted. We wanted things to end in a certain way, and that was the heartbeat of the film.
Okay.
And I really was. I was digging it again as much as I could have.
I like that in the sense that you look at Far From Home, and it's so just not the priority, their relationship, that at least you look
shallow.
at this.
I found more depth here.
Yeah, absolutely, there's more depth.
So maybe it made me feel more than I've ever felt in a while in a Marvel film.
Sure.
I'm not watching Train Dreams over here, but this was, I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. I have to say, I think we're just going to be opposite ends on this one.
Interesting. Okay. Did you ever see Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
I haven't seen 2 or 3. Remember,
Okay,
I haven't said, tried to see 2, couldn't get to 2. And so for that reason, didn't see 3. No.
Okay.
But
I guess,
Gamora is
Green
the
Lady.
lovely. Yes.
Yeah, Zoe Saldana.
Yes, beautiful. Ooh, Lioness 3 coming out soon.
Oh, I've been seeing advertisements for that.
I know. I watched more than one. And then
the curse is broken.
She is with Chris Pratt.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
same deal. Amnesia.
Well, I guess it's a tiny bit different. It just feels like the clearest shot in the foot that the writer team can do to try to navigate such a weird, never written before type of romance.
I don't care about Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Sure.
Because with here, I think it's actually pretty crucial to the story, and I think they weave it in great.
Yeah.
And I think it adds, halfway through, it adds something, and I don't know. I just thought, I can't believe I'm saying that. I thought it was well done.
Okay. All right. Fair.
we don't have to agree on it. It's
no,
fine.
absolutely. I just think it's just so weird that they keep on trying to tackle it. It's just very odd to me. Overall, though, I am happy to say that this was really one of the best MCU Spider-Man movies by a long shot, and even might stand as one of the best in an era where Marvel has had near constant stumbles over the last 6 years. Despite many fans knowing the implications of Spider-Man being a key figure to adapting Secret Wars, no less the slow incorporation of new franchises that Marvel has to acquire, this still somehow kept the focus on Peter in a way that has been wholeheartedly lacking from the last 3 movies. And honestly, I think that's exactly what the webheads have been asking for. We're going to go ahead and give Spider-Man Brand New Day a 70 on the dot.
Okay, a 70%. Boy, the way you were talking, I thought maybe we could go a little bit higher. But this is a pretty good. 70% is a good movie out there. It's one of the highest rated we've gotten in a while from Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Because I believe, so the theater movie ends.
Yep.
And I believe, was it you that said it, where best Marvel in a decade, maybe you said?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
Well, you're a big Endgame guy.
Yeah, I am a big...
Okay, well, post-COVID, for sure.
Yeah.
This is the best Marvel so far.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, wait, no. I think it gave Fantastic Four 74.
Ooh...
You dug that film.
I do. I still do. I know. I'm a weird defender of that movie.
Okay, well, I think the point gets across. Best Tom Holland film.
Yes.
And I think there's a lot of reaction online that I'm also seeing. Funny enough now, I made the bold claim to say that was the best Marvel movie I've seen since the first Iron Man. I did say that. Afraid I was going to get shanked if somebody,
someone overheard you.
Right. Now...
Frustrated with that post-credit. They just had to take it out on someone.
As much as I could get into this and connect to it, it's still, like I said, I have a ceiling. And I'm almost shocked with how elements of the film were failing for me. And I just want to kind of touch on a little bit of those since we didn't touch on that too much. But one, I have to ask you, if we walked into the theater and you said, here is Tom's skin in the game, what do you think that would be?
I certainly wouldn't have said Zendaya.
Okay. Tremel Tillman.
Oh.
I was dying to see what Tremel gave us. I'm always super curious of what his acting style is going to be towards us. I really like him. His little cameo in, not cameo, but his little part to play in the final Mission Impossible film.
Oh, yes.
I love him. I loved him against Tom Cruise. I wanted to see him against Tom Holland. I think the script, I think the story... didn't do him enough justice. I really wanted to see Jamel go a little bit crazier or just ham it up a little bit more.
If there's a time to ham it up, it's now, yeah.
And the weight of it and behind him, it wasn't felt as much as it should have been. So I'm not really blaming him for it, but I was pretty disappointed because I thought it was lackluster.
Okay.
And from what we should have gotten to that.
Right. So much more expectations with him.
Right.
Because he's electric on screen. Absolutely.
I have to be careful, I guess, of what I say. I mean, it's published of who's in it, but I guess I'll be careful. Still, John Bernthal.
Okay, yeah.
Love
we
John
talk about
Bernthal. I'm not the biggest... I don't know. I hear The Punisher is good. He's almost hamming it up too much, and I couldn't really connect with Bernthal Punisher, unfortunately.
That's definitely what I was talking about a little bit of, just like him and Spider-Man together, and the New York accent. They almost like raise each other up.
It was a little baby cartoonish, and I know we have to round his hard edges off just because we're in PG-13 territory, not rated R, which we usually get with Punisher.
Oh, right.
I don't know. Something about it was a little bit too soft.
Yeah,
it was a little bit too soft, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
Small nitpick here. Liza Cullen Zayas, the detective, our head detective girl.
Oh, from The Bear.
Yes. They don't even give her an office. It's just like, okay, every time she's on the phone with Peter, let's just say she's buying food.
Oh, what do you mean? It's the New York experience.
I know, but like
catch her on the subway.
She's like, so she just doesn't have a workplace. She's always doing something else. When something comes up with Peter, it was weak and it was cheap, and you have a bigger budget to make me care more about her.
Definitely a throwaway character. I can't really remember if.
But she's like head on the force. She's just like head detective that deals with Spider-Man. I would have liked more depth behind it, much like I would have liked more depth in Damage Control. We already have an experience with Damage Control all the way back with the wing guy with
Vulture
in Homecoming. Yes, with Vulture.
Yep.
So we have established things here.
Yep.
Add more to it. Make it seem more important.
Sure.
I
think that's fair.
Going back to the depth thing with Tremel Tillman as well. Could have used more from that.
Yeah.
So that's just it. I think a lot of the characters weren't even hitting for me, although MJ was. Even Ned was falling flat with me. As much as those were not holding up as what I was hoping they would be, it still came away. You were sitting next to me.
Yeah.
I wasn't a hater. I wasn't being I wasn't being a hater at all. I was pleasantly surprised at the film.
Knives were away. Yeah, absolutely.
So
I think that's just again how much you can feel. I don't know. Maybe it's stupid to say, but like how much they're trying, with this, and
Feels
not
good.
trying to be other things that aren't Spider-Man.
And right, and thanks for trying.
Yeah.
If this is the brand new day we're gonna get, maybe heck, I'm gonna be excited for Doomsday coming up.
Wow. I don't know if anyone is. Also, another point with what's her face from The Bear, that plays the commissioner. You're saying you maybe want her to be like a Gordon to Batman. You know what I mean? A little bit more part of the story.
If it was 1/10 of that, I could be happier. I just thought, a weaker character, a bit of a throwaway.
Yeah,
I don't really want to be a throwaway, honestly.
Okay, true.
Picking up that Gordon thing would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Another bind, I just wanted more Marissa Tomei. Jamel Tillman and Marissa Tomei were my big buy-ins walking into the theater.
Well, Marissa Tomei,
I know.
Come on.
Unbelievable.
Come on.
Unbelievable how
Until
well
we
she's
cover
doing.
my cousin Vinny.
Vin
That might be the last. Maybe we just have
yeah.
a whole episode where it's just like the movies that are the last movies we cover. It's Cloud Atlas, My Cousin Vinny,
So, yes, and others.
Jack and Jill.
Listen, what a week.
What a week is right. Well, let me ask you. Do you think there's any hope, box office wise, because you're much more kind of focused on the numbers? Do you think there's any hope for Avengers Doomsday to come close to this?
All right. So first of all, thank you for bringing up something I wanted to bring up in the very beginning of the podcast. I want to bet a movie on it.
Oh, on if it does better?
Well, let's just see if we're come across on different ways here.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't know. I am not to chicken out of it. I genuinely don't know, because I feel like there's some cannibalization of the market where you
With
have
Dune?
Yeah, exactly. Basically the same demographic is seeing Dune and probably Doomsday.
Not quite, but close
right.
enough to it.
More than the Barbenheimer.
There's going to be more, yes, but you have more younger kids going to see Avengers.
Yeah.
Or will it just raise up each other? And it's going to juice Avengers.
Sure, that's a valid point.
No, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think it's going to make more than Spider-Man?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I don't think so either.
Okay,
All right. We're not going to bet a movie on it then.
There we go.
Because of something, I think it's going to be close. I
like your perspective about it juicing it, because
this is just Barbenheimer stuff. They juice each other.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh wait, you mean with Dune?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I thought your observation was that Spider-Man's massive success will lift Doomsday up.
Oh, it will. Oh,
yeah.
It's going to do that.
Yeah, true.
No doubt. It is a brand new day. I'm sorry, but it's so true. There's some new lifeblood going on
Marvel
at Marvel.
shill over here.
Now,
Kevin Feige in his contact book.
I mean, you can imagine, boy. Imagine walking through those halls, the smiles after you know what I mean. How happy after the failure of not New Girl, what is it? Supergirl. After the failure of Supergirl over at DC, and then they have this come out. The Feige is,
like superheroes aren't going anywhere.
That man is on cloud. It's a 27. I don't know, but no. Anyways, you're right. The juice of this will juice Doomsday.
Yes.
I also think Dune and Doom can help each other in a Barbenheimer kind of way. I don't know. I think we both agree. I think it's going to be close, but even so, I just think Spider-Man, for whatever reason, has a hold in a way that nothing else has in a while.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the real shock this week of just like wow, of all the people that say superhero movies are dead and yada yada, will never capture what we had in the 2010s with the MCU and whatnot. This is spitting in the wind.
Well, actually, no. I disagree with that. No.
Oh, okay.
I think superhero films are on the decline. I think some superheroes,
your heavy hitters,
are forever.
The cream rises to the top.
There you go. There you go. And with that, then any other thing you want to touch on this?
No, that's good.
I will say it's our 250th. So while we were going through this, we were just talking about TV. We talk about TV sometimes. You and I might have some plan. We've got a fun episode coming up potentially in the future. I'm not going to spoil it. No spoilers.
We do.
I did get a new URL, so I don't have anything to it yet. But the dailyratingstv.club.
Oh, .club.
Well, the TV club.
Okay. Okay.
And it's less than $2 a year.
You bought this URL on the...
Yeah. So we have the dailyratingstv.club. I don't know. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
I want it to look like Windows 95, I don't know, project or something. But maybe we'll just do 2 shoe scores. I don't even know.
There we go.
Who knows? Okay, so that's that, Vin. Anything else to add? Roll credits, highlight. What do you want?
No, we can roll credits. This was a very enjoyable week. Hopefully, if you are a hardcore Marvel fan... it didn't upset you. Hardcore Spider-Man didn't upset you, but I really do think not to say that I was ahead of the curve with No Way Home, but kind of called that one.
Okay. Okay. It's gonna be very interesting to see how this kind of percolates over the next 4 or 5 years as well. Because the highs of this film are highs.
It's a honeymoon period.
Oh boy, is it!
Absolutely.
Regardless, Vin, happy 250, bro. We made it 250.
250
to another 250 and more. Hopefully, really love doing this. And folks, just don't forget. If you love it too, if you've just found us or you've been with us for a while. Please think about being a producer. Please support the show because that's how we are supported. No advertising breaks here. It's all just the Daily Ratings family. So please do stop by thedailyratings.com if you can. Stop by that donations tab. Become a producer for all of the work that we put in. Vin sits down hours and hours every week sitting down to write all these notes. Vin, we appreciate it so much. We appreciate you stopping by this evening, and we'll run it down one more time. Spider-Man Homecoming with a 68%. Spider-Man Far From Home with the 53%. Spider-Man No Way Home with a 47%, and Spider-Man Brand New Day with the best score at a 70%. Folks, 250 episodes. We thank you all week after week. We love to see the growth, propagate the message, get us out there, get us in the conversation. It's been a blast. Here's to another 250. We will be back here next Thursday. Oh, how do you like the Dolby thing that I got going on the new show?
Oh, phenomenal.
Okay, thanks. Because we got Dolby.
You did have box office news, though. You had quite the box office news.
I know that. I won't touch it on the episode. But the second installment of my little kind of Dolby tech dive, that'll be on Tuesday. We'll have Vincent Daly back here in the chair next week for 3 brand new films, folks, in theaters. So very excited to keep this going for episode 251. We'll see you back here next week on the Daily Ratings Podcast.